Welcome to Sumitomo Electric's presentation on High-Speed Interconnect Materials Selection Guide. Due to the growing needs of high-speed transmission for ADAS, IoT, 5G, and others, this presentation will explain the comparison of interconnect materials, transmission standards, and an introduction of our products. This table shows the comparison of features among PPE PCB that is widely used for high-frequency circuit boards and Sumitomo Electric's high-speed interconnect materials such as fluororesin FPC, Type 4 FFC, and microcoaxial cable. Our advantages over PPE PCB are flexibility and low transmission loss due to low dielectric constant. Fluororesin FPC can mount components and make wiring pitch narrower with high flexibility of circuit design and feasibility of multi-layer circuits. Type 4 FFC has cost advantage, and microcoaxial cable has superior mechanical performances, such as higher bending strength and torsional strength. This graph shows how to select the appropriate interconnect material according to the transmission speed and distance. For small or mobile devices, the transmission distance is mainly 10 centimeters or shorter, and wiring pitch is 0.4 millimeters or less. Therefore, FPC is mainly used. By using high-frequency FPC, it is possible to transmit more than 10 gigabits per second per channel. For information equipment such as PCs and TVs, the transmission distance is mainly 1 meter or shorter, and wiring pitch is usually 0.4 millimeters to 1 millimeter. Therefore, FFC is mainly used, but for more than 10 gigabits per second per channel transmission applications, there is a case that thin coaxial wire is used. In the case of external cabling of DC servers, transmission distance is 1 meter to 10 meters. For high-speed transmission, shielded twisted pair or twin-ax is often used. For USB cables, HDMI cables, and DisplayPort cables of consumer electronics, which are mostly 1 meter to 2 meters, thin coaxial cables is mainly used because flexibility and small diameter are required. Among FR4, PPE, polyimide, LCP, and fluororesin, fluororesin is the best material for high-speed applications because of its low dielectric constant and dissipation factor. Sumitomo Electric's fluororesin FPC achieves a very smooth boundary between the copper and the base material without sacrificing peel strength with low transmission loss performance, especially at high frequencies. These graphs compare loss performance between our fluororesin FPC and other materials. Our fluororesin FPC shows superior performance. Our insertion loss is about half of those of others at around 28 GHz, which is 5G frequency, and better low-loss performance at frequencies between 76 GHz to 79 GHz for millimeter wave radar. For data centers and servers, if fluororesin FPC is used instead of twin-ax cables for high-speed jumper applications on motherboards, easier handling and space-efficient wiring are benefits due to thinner and narrower pitch connections. Sub-assembly connections of optical modules is also an expected application. Fluororesin FPC can improve gains without enlarging the antenna size for millimeter wave radar antennas for ADAS and MIMO antennas for 5G. Sumitomo Electric's high-speed FFC Flex Flyer is thin, foldable, and has very low loss performance, which supports PCI Express Gen 4, Gen 5, SAS Gen Z in PCs, servers, storage and switch boxes. Sumitomo Electric has low-loss thin coaxial cables made by formed FEP insulation with thinner insulation thickness and a thicker conductor, which improves insertion loss without changing the jacket diameter. It is useful for internal cabling of small devices, which have small space cable routing. Typical applications are internal antenna cables for smartphones, internal video signal wiring for LCD displays of digital still cameras and laptop PCs, and high-speed signal transmission lines of USB Type-C cables, etc. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to our presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.